Hello, welcome to my craft room. It's Rhoda. Today I'm going to show you a envelope flip that's a little different than the norm. And I'm going to show you what I came up with in my mind and how it turned out on paper. First off, our sneaky peek, and what it is, I need to go to this one right here. This is a hand-dyed paper I've had for ages. It's got like leaves that were stuck inside of it. This one's got like a purple hue to it. But anyhow, the little piece that's on here was made from a magazine, a piece of paper, or a piece out of a magazine. You were to fold it around, and then there's a bottom piece on it. Let me see if I can fold one up for you real quick. So the two pieces would come around like this and overlap just a tad. And you could fold it. These can be as big as you want them to be. Then what you do is you'll score down here at the bottom, and where it crosses over to the back, where the score line would be, you're going to go in like that, and you're going to cut that whole back off. Let me see if I can do it. I didn't plan to show you how to do this, but I thought that's the better way. I learned by looking. Okay, so you see that back part is off, so that's where you're going to bring it around, and you're going to glue it to the back piece. So it's one full unit. Now I cut a little thumb pull out, which you could do up here, and then that's all it is. And I covered this with some Stamperia paper, so I did add that to it to give it some pretty and color. This is one of those kind of a puffy sticker, I guess you'd call it, from the Dollar Tree. It's got Dream on it. I put a little piece of lace under it. And this little hummingbird, it came from a Mente book. I also have some little flowers that's in here. It almost looks like they belong. But the first year that I started doing sort of scrapbooky stuff, I guess you could call it, I did books that held all the months, and I made a pocket in each one. And I had made cards. That was what I did my first year in 2020. I made cards. So that Christmas, I made those books for everybody, and I put a selection of all these different cards in each month, gave them a list of the birthdays and the anniversaries and all that kind of stuff. I over-stamped, as you can see. I had all these leftover months, and I didn't want to throw them away. So I come up with this idea. I just kind of covered the back, made one of them a tab, and then I had this sticker that was actually a set of months. Stuck it on here. Had this cute little girl, a moth, that I made her a butterfly, and it says use your wings. So there you go. Easy peasy. I made the back like a postcard, put a stamp on it. I even said what I did. I got this idea from Scrapbooking with Me, and I call this my calendar girl. So all you have to do is put it back down in there, and that's an easy peasy pocket. And it's made out of magazine, like I said, so you're using up some items out of your environment that won't go to the landfill. Okay, our idea today. Let me start off showing you the completed piece. I filmed this the other day now, and what happened, I'm still getting used to this arm that I'm using, that Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy sent me, and I had to switch it. If you notice, you don't see that tilt anymore that the last two videos had. I switched it around to the other side of my desk to hook up, and I can't see the timer clicking down or up. I can only see over here where it tells me I can pause and go forward. Well, I got those two back to back, and I had the wrong one going which way. So I thought I was pausing and I was filming. And actually, I didn't do much of that. So I had 12 minutes, and that was it. So this is what I accomplished on that video. So what I did was, I have this envelope, and we're going to decorate this one up so I can show you this first part. Let me see if I can get that off where I can figure out what I need to do. It was just a regular old envelope, just like this. Well, for these, I went around the outside with some black. So let's do that. And I want to say hello to everybody. And I'm wishing you well. I hope you're getting into your fall at a good temperature and stuff. It was very nice today. This is Sunday. I'm recording Sunday. Just got back from my mother-in-law's 80th birthday party. We went up there and made food and took up. A bunch of the family came to talk to her and wish her happy birthday, and it was really nice. Full, feel like a tick. Ready to bust. So, anyhow, I had thought to bypass this idea, and I thought, no, I need to show it to you because it's a little different. Usually when you see, I don't even know if I have to ink that part or this part. Usually when you see these envelopes, they are to go on a piece of paper in your journal, and they usually will go around like this. Usually you've glued this part and this part. Maybe you glue the whole thing if you don't want to tuck, because you can do little tucks here if you glue it down just right. You might even just do a straight line down through there and a dot here. I've done that quite a bit in different areas, but it's supposed to actually fold out after that. Now you can use this part to tuck something in, a journal card, or you can cut the outer edge off, which is what I did. So we get up to that part. Now I'm going to decorate that one up for a Poe journal. But what I did next here was I took a piece of paper. Let me show you, from this Abandoned book. I really love the colors in here. Now I picked this one, and you can see the one that I actually cut on, but it had this kind of a look to it. And I thought, well, you know, it kind of looks like an old mirror, the edge of an old mirror. So that's what it was. And then I had this sticker that it's actually a mirror. Can you see it reflecting? It's really bright. So that got put on here. Now the one thing I won't get to show you, which I hate it, is because I used some stays on. Hang on. I went over to get it so you could see what I was talking about. So I used this jet black stays on, and I used it on a stamp that I've got, which is right here from the Haunted Mansion. And this guy, I just stamped him down and put him on here. And stays on is for things that, let me see if I can read the surfaces. Plastic, metal, glass, ceramic, laminated paper, coated paper, and leather. So this was so slick. I didn't think any, and it did stay tacky for the longest time. So I gave us a good 6 hours to dry. So that's what happened there. My idea behind this was to make, this is a vampire. Can you see? This is my little vampire guy. Well, I know you know the saying that a vampire cannot see his reflection in the mirror. But did you know that a vampire can see his bones in the mirror? So that is my crazy idea on this. Okay. So then I just took a bunch of different little embellishments I had from one of the, or two of the packs that I got for Halloween. I put in Curious. I have, like, he could be a physician surgeon. He's standing on this thing. It says Owl. What is that? Oh, cigars. Owl cigars. I thought he's like a night owl. He's got a few bat friends hanging around. He's got Condemned behind him. And he's got those bat wings. So, and then this here, this background, is this script layering stencil. I thought it had an old world look about it, like it could go for my dragon journal that I need to do, or it could go, you know, as a background to something that gives it more interest. All right, then on the other side over here, I have a door, which is actually a pocket. Since I have a pocket this way, you can see I put a piece of, oh, let me find that. Here we go. I have some copper foil that I got, and I did the 3D embossing. This one is ornamental motif. I got it for a good price. So I sent that through and got my embossed image on that copper paper. And then I glued it down here. And then I made it, I cut that edge off, and it made me a pocket. And I did a little thumb pull right there. So then I have this door, which I wanted to have a lot of doors and windows. So it makes a pocket. I just haven't figured out what to put in either one of them yet. Well, the idea of the new style envelope edition is this. You're going to put some extra washi inside, which we'll do that with this one. And then you're going to score it at 3/8 over. Then when you glue it down, you're only gluing it on this strip that's between the two scores, let's say. And here I have a nice new other door, which is another flip. So I got 2 flips out of it and not one. And I thought that would be a whole lot neater idea. Now you can get in here, since you can see it's 2 colors. This is another Mente book. It has doors. But I can also put like a piece of tea dye or something behind here to kind of go with this. I can also get back here and do some stenciling or something to add to the look of it. And so that one is completed. That one's done. The one I had started and got kind of stopped when I figured out, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing when I was recording. I went and did this, which is texture paste. And it's also using this script stamp here, but I used this great stuff, the black opaque texture paste. Oh, it went on like butter. It was like butter. I'm telling you, it was so cool. Now, also behind here, I did... Sorry, I keep walking over here to grab stuff. I did this big shattered stamp. I put a real light layer of this rich cocoa. It's my little dewdrop. I just rubbed it over top of it. And then I put it down on here and just did a stamp. Boom. Then I went across it with the script stamp and the texture paste. Boom. Now it's done. So that part has been completed. So we'll be picking back up, and you can see I've already got my copper piece on here. I've already scored this. I've already put my piece of washi here. I've already stamped my skeleton. He didn't turn out as good though, but he'll be okay. So what I need to do is get this part done, and that will bring us up to this step. So while I'm at it, I'm going to stand right here and go down with some glue, and we're going to glue this washi on here, and this is going to strengthen. I'm going to try to get it over a little bit on the other score line, which is actually just the crease from the envelope. So let's see what we can do here. This is just some cheap washi that I had on hand, and it's the only one that really went with the colors that I was trying for here. Okay, let me see if I can get this underneath here. And I think it's going to work. And I just need to trim this off, and then I can tuck it inside. I'm curious to know how my sales went at the shop. I still haven't heard anything. I probably won't hear anything until the end of the week, but I'll be anxious to see what they thought of the Edgar Allan Poe stuff. Everybody seems to like him. And I have some simple journals, I believe, bigger ones, because the ones I made were only the paper bag size. So I'm going to be making some more in that size and just have make it almost looks like it's a book that he's writing in, and he's taking down things and recording his poems. I'll have a few of his poems in there and a few of his stories. They'll be typed, of course. I don't have any handwritten ones of his, which would be so cool. I don't even know if anybody's got any of those. So what I'm going to do, now these little pieces, all of these pieces of ephemera are from this, which I've almost cleaned out. It was the Halloween ephemera pack. And I don't know, that may be last year's, because I know Tim said on his recent video that unless it had 2023 on it, Halloween 2023, a lot of those were the older packs. So that may be the case. Okay. These two strips I never really knew what to do with, and I thought, you know, they might go for this really nice. I need to push that down a little bit more though. Okay. That looks like it'll work. Now I do have one more special effect thing that I'm going to do here that I didn't do on the other one, or I did do on the other one and I messed it up. Wasn't that one? Oh, it's this one. I got these 4 different foundry waxes and I wanted to use one. Well, I used one on here and I don't know if it doesn't like foil paper, which I think is the case. I think it does not like foil paper because look at it, how nasty it turned out. It almost took the foil color off of here and made it just silver. And then I got like muddy spots. It shined for a little bit when I heat embossed it, but then it just went to mud again. Ugh. So, warning. Make sure it's going to work on a little piece of whatever you're wanting to put it on first. Then, go ahead with the bigger project. That's all I can say for you. Okay, this one is called Mind, and it's sort of like a burgundy coppery look, and that's why I had chose it for that. But we're actually going to put it around the outside of our envelope. Now I tested this, I know it's going to work. And what you want to do is shake it until you hear the rattle ball. You want to do that. Now you got to work fast. This stuff likes to dry really quickly, and all I'm going to do is like flick it down against the edge just to give it a glittery edge. It needed a little something more. Plus it'll make it look kind of antique-y. Now this was the backing for that mirror that I put on the other 2 envelopes. So it's got a nice waxy coverage. So it's not going to let that sink in or anything. Alright. I'm going to have to put me a little bit more down. Yeah, you should have seen me in that other video. I'm like, oh, what? Are you kidding me? I was so disgusted. I thought, why is this not working? What is going on? Oh, it was just something. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and also do this edge going on up this way. I got to refold it because I have that, the washi tape on there. Sorry, my mind is not going in too many directions at one time. Okay, let me put a little more dab on here. I think once you shake it, you're good for a good 5 minutes or more. And then you may have to reshake it some more. I know you're supposed to be able to use it on metal really nicely. If you need to color up metal, if it's like a, you know, you get it and it's pewter or silver or just a dull color. I've got some of those word thingies over there that I'm wondering about using it with. Anything metal, it does a really good job. Okay, I think this is all I'm going to do. I'm just trying to use it up so I don't feel like I'm wasting it. Look at my finger. I don't think you're supposed to do it with your finger. That's the only thing. And, you know, I'm a rebel. Okay, let me get my heat gun here. Going to get a little loud, and I'm going to show you how it goes. Hopefully you can see it turn. Wait a minute. I've only got one of my lights on. Look at me. Okay, you might see something a little better now. Oh yeah, did you see it turn? It gets real shiny. It doesn't turn too much, but still. I wanted to try it. I can't really see that there's that much to write home about. Maybe it works better on metal. I'm going to reserve my opinion until I do it with some metal. Okay, I think that's it. I know that the color changed a little bit. See, it's not so muddy anymore. And it actually gets waxy. It's like a waxy 3D appearance to it as well. So anyhow, I wanted to do that just so I'd have something. Now, what I'm going to do is go over there and do a 3/8 inch score down through here. Okay, so as you can see, I have my score on there, and that's the part that will get glued down underneath, and I'll show you that with this piece I have here. But we're going to go ahead and finish decorating this, so it will be ready for the journal. Now, I have decided, keep thinking about this and keep changing my mind, right? But I have decided on making 3 journals. One will be Edgar Allan Poe. That is almost purely the kit with a few additions. That is Kyung's kit. Then another one will be the Poe's Haunted House. That will be the haunted house items that I've been working on with the Poe kit. And then there will be one that's just haunted house with some of my papers and stuff that I've used in the past or made out on the deck or in the oven, however you want to say it. But all right, I need to put this down here, and the thing is, it's going to be about right there, I think. Yeah, about right there. And I didn't know that they had a picture of Edgar Allan Poe in there, and I thought, hey, let's use it. And this I like because it's a handwritten piece, and it's almost like his writing. It's also got a date of 1869, which I think is real close to when he was writing a lot of his pieces. I don't think he had passed away by then. I probably need to look that up. Okay, I need to put this down a little lower, don't I? Yeah, about right there. Ooh. Let me put it over a little to the left. That works. Okay, and I had this, and you can see where I've kind of traced an L, or that's going to be going around his picture. I didn't really want to waste the moon and, you know, not be able to use this piece somewhere else, so that's why I decided to trace it out and use it elsewhere. I'll put that back in my little container. And see, I'm still able to see my 1869. It clears the edge. Works out perfect. All right. So that's going to go down here. Has anybody got plans to go into any parties or anything for Halloween? Or have an idea what you're going to dress up as? At Walmart, we used to always dress up. One year I wanted to go as Cleopatra so bad. I even bought this material and stuff. And never did it. Just never went as Cleopatra. I think this one's going to go this way. Yeah. I want to see the name, but the rest of it really doesn't have anything, and this is the only way I could get it to work. Don't always go up and down. You can always go side to side, or however. See, I'm variegating my, I might want to go out a little further. I'm variegating my edge as well. Like I've gone up a little higher than him. I am going to use this window though. I have a little butterfly. So the window's next. All right. This one set of windows I've had. I got the kit that just had windows just for everyday kind of deal. And I loved them. I've been eyeballing the storefront windows that he has for the Christmas kit. Really, really thinking about getting those. They're really speaking to me. I really love that red one. It reminds me of a telephone box for over in England. I can't remember what they call those. Okay. The last thing that's going on here is this little butterfly. I thought you could go across there. He kind of adds a little bit more color, although it's spooky colors, just like Ed writes about. And this owl, since he was probably, oh, I didn't want to put him there. I was going to put him here. So he wasn't blocking the name, but he is still on the wood part. That's the only thing. Where do I need to glue him? Maybe I'll just go down the middle of his head for the seal. I know his feet was on something. His toes, I guess. And then his tail. Yeah, the end of his tail. Okay. Let's see how that works. Yep, right there. I figure he flew over to the window to see what Edgar was working on. Maybe he was writing Annabelle Lee. I'm telling you, those people had such a tragic life. He married his cousin, first cousin, and she was like decades younger than him. She didn't live long enough to really experience life, barely 23 or 4. Oh, it's rough. Okay, so there's our piece for the Edgar Allan Poe journal. It is done. Okay, you can go over here and rest with the other one. Now, we're going to work on this one. And the thing was, for this to go against here, these were pieces that I had that were stationary pieces that I bought that was cheap. So I got them. They're pretty good cardstock weight. And I tea dyed them, or coffee dyed, whatever I was doing back then. And the only thing is, this piece here with the scallop is not going to work with the way we want to glue it down. So I'm going to go over and cut this little scallop edge off. And if I didn't mention it, I'd also went around with my ground espresso oxide and did the outside edges. And since I just cut that off, there may be a little bit of that that's going to show. So I'm going to make sure that little bit didn't get seen. Now, here's the part we left off with at the other one, the Poe one. Sorry, over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our glue on this piece right here. And that is going to hold this down for us. This is my art glitter glue. It holds pretty well because this is washi. And you never know quite how washi's going to do because it's kind of slick. Okay, so I'm putting it there, about even top, even bottom. I'm going to bend it in half, and then I'm going to push down. I'm going to let it seal. I still haven't cut the edge here, so we'll get to do that. Or I'm going to show you how I'm going to do the pocket. Had to go over there and get my thumb pull. Alright, so from what I can tell, that's pretty much glued. So when you go over to this side, you're going to notice it's going to fold back. That's exactly what we want. We might want to actually go across here because it looks like it's not, oh, it's not down all the way yet. So let's burnish it a little more. Make sure it stays down good. You don't want to rush it because you want it to stay. Stay, boy, stay. All right, and then the other part you want to do, I found this out in the past, is get in here and make sure there wasn't any glue that seeped into there. All right, our next step is to cut our edge off. And when I put the paper here down that's behind the mirror, that cut off the envelope itself. Because what I'm going to do when I usually glue it down is I go back in there and, oops, it's still wanting to come up, is I'll put a little dab of glue where it is right here, where that opening is, because I don't want it to be open. Okay, I'm going to get off of here and make sure that stays down. Okay, I believe she's down. Now what I need to get in here to do is to put me a little thumb pull. So I'm going to put my thin part in here. Try to make sure it's about even. There we go. Whoops, it went up inside. There we go. And this is what we got. That little tiny thumb pull. Now if you don't like the black, what I did before is I just came back in here, went across this edge, and then went inside the little circle or semicircle and put a little black. There we go. Now here are the items that's going into this one. This is the only other guy that I could find whose body position was similar to this guy and the height and everything. He's going to be our other vampire. So here's the other items that's going in here. I don't know if I'm going 13 or 31. Oh, probably October 31. I have a small condemned for this one. I have a bat. I have another bat. I have an Undertaker sign. This is what he's standing on, the owl cigar. And we have an urn. Since it's the Undertaker, I figure an urn would work. This goes on the other side. And the only thing is, I didn't have any more wings, so I had this transparent things. And I'm wondering about this moth one here. If those wings are not too big for him, because I'm going to cut him off the moth. Sorry, moth. That reminds me. Has anybody ever heard of Mothman? I know there's a movie with Richard Gere that's played, but oh God, if you go to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, that's where the Mothman was from. He was seen by these couples back in the 50s. What do you call that? When you see him, the idea of him, he is presaging doom. Is that the right word? I don't know. Anyhow, so yeah, if you see him, watch out. So these young kids saw him around the power plant when they were necking, and he has red eyes, he has wings and flies, and I mean, he's seen all over the world. So yeah, this doesn't look like much like a vampire, but that's okay. It's the idea that counts. But it was very interesting. You can go up there and they have this little museum, and there's in the movie, it's like this one girl kept having this dream, and this dream actually came true. The bridge up there, like I said, he presages doom and gloom. Well, whenever you see him, look out for something bad that's going to happen. So what happened is the big bridge that goes across from West Virginia to Kentucky, it fell. It fell into the river. And I mean, who was going to see that to happen? But there was something about the structure that wasn't good, so it fell. But you know, everybody still swears that's where the moth. It's called the Silver Bridge. Yeah, because we went up and took pictures and everything, and it's fascinating. But watch that movie. It's called, what's it called? The Mothman Chronicles, or the Mothman Prophecies. I think that's it. I mean, I've been saving up. I'm wiggling because I'm pushing on this stuff, and my arm over here is wiggling. But the thing is, I've been saving up me some scary movies in case Halloween is a bust. I mean, the other year, Halloween was a bust. A big bust. I didn't see nothing. So I got The Shining recorded. I have, see, I need to put that under his feet. I have, what else did I see? Our Surreal Estate, me and Zach both are into Surreal Estate. And that's like a little series. But it's very interesting. So that'll be a series we get to watch. And then I've got the 2 to 3 great movies on my list. Oh, The Birds. Alfred Hitchcock. I recorded that one so far back, I don't forgot about it. But yes, Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds. Who else remembers that one? That was a good one. All right. I'm not straight, but I guess I'm not going to worry about it because I rip it up. I don't think it's going to come with me. All right. It can stay right there. Yeah, I like that one. That was a real spooky one. I mean, this is back when, you know, they didn't have to worry about coming up with that many special effects. It was the story itself that told the tale. All right, I'm not sure if I'm going to need, I want to still see the Undertaker part. Maybe I can put the flowers over there, but I'm not going to be able to see the Undertaker or the flower part. I wonder that I even need to see that. I got to remember, I got to start practicing my layering. And then we have this, which may, if I can get it under there, this texture paste is fighting me. All right, if I put that there, and then I put this here, because see, that's got 1031 on it, so I'd like to still see that. Yeah, just about like that. I don't know that I need the 31 if I've got 1031 right there. Yeah, I think we're good. And then I might have a bat or two up here. Okay, looks good? Looks good. Everybody agree? Okay, let's take him off and get this one down first. And it's right above the owl, and it goes with the edge. Okay. Gosh, the way it is, I'm hardly seeing my crackle underneath. Or I mean my shattered. That's okay, though. That's okay. Oh, my goodness. There we go. That's down there. Yeah. Then, where did I have that? He goes right here. He can't be any further with these wings than that. So, that one goes... keep hitting something there. And this one, how far did it go? I need to put that on first anyway. I'll probably glue the other one down without this one. I'll put that on the back of his leg. Okay, so I'm thinking right there. It's just going to be butted up against that other one. I'm not going to worry about, because it's just the background. Okay. I've been seeing a lot of the makers and stuff using all these different ephemera pieces from these kits. I know you're not going to be able to see too much of that one, but it will. It's just layers. I could have ripped the edge. I guess I could have done that, couldn't I? I think it's too late now. Yeah, let's do a little rippy here. And oh yeah, and you know what? That's pulling that white over here. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, see what I mean with the white here and the white over here? That's bringing your eye over to this one. Am I up far enough? Yeah, okay. So that worked. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on the back side of his leg, this leg right here, and glue it. And then this, how far up does that go? This is going to go there. Okay, just about like that. Just about like that. I can still see October. Still see the number. Is it straight? Yep, it's straight. Okay, we're good. We're good. Now, we're going to glue the whole thing. We don't want to miss his foot, though. So get his foot. And that one. Okay, get the wings. Here. Okay. Now, he's going to stand right here. I'm clearing his wing there. That's what I have to check on. There we go. Now we gotta make sure everything glues down. If I might have a little bit I can trim off there because it's clear anyway. Now, all I gotta do, make sure his wing sticks down, and then I gotta put, here, let me put this on his wing. See if it'll hold it down while I'm doing this. I want to put his bat up here in the air. Like maybe there. Yeah, that works for me. That wing is not going down, but I can always make sure that stayed down afterward. And then here's a bat. This bat's, one of these wings has had it. I'll stick him down here. There. Now, I'll come back in here and make sure that sticks down later. We got to get over here and get to the other side, which is, I need another door. Okay, I needed a door to make another pocket. And what we're going to do is glue here, here, and here. So this pocket will open this way, and then this pocket opens that way. So I'm just going to put a little glue right here. And I do have, if I don't forget it, to show you where I did another Witch's Kitchen, the other one, because there was two. Let me put a little thumb pull here, just tiny one, so they know. Actually, I'm going to just put it over a little bit, so you have more room for something to tuck in there. Okay. Get that down, and then this big door is going to the back side, which is the part that gives us that extra flip. Now, I don't think I've seen anybody else making a door like that, but, you know, I usually try to give people, you know, dibs on, you know, who comes up with ideas and things when I see them. I just a lot of times don't see them. I just kind of wing it myself. I guess you could say I wing it. Okay, this is the part right here that we're going to glue this down to. And just try to be even, top and bottom. And the way I do it, I'll just go ahead and glue this. And then I'm not guessing with this other piece where I'm gotta go. Okay, I think that's good. And then I didn't need to go all the way to the top and bottom, but I did. Whoopsie. See if we can rub a little bit of that off. Because since it is a wet item, it will run that distress paint. It will. All right, let's push that down. Make sure that goes down really good. I think we're good. And like I said, you can always go back here if you don't like these variable colors, which I may do anyway, so you have a total writing surface there. And your other area to write would be up underneath it here, which this is totally writable. Then we're going to put that back in the container. And, it didn't dry all the way. So I'll have to make sure I re-glue that. Because what it is this 3D embossing sticks up quite a bit. So you've really got to get the glue on there and hold it down, which I did not do. So, whoopsie me. But here, oops. Whoa, a little bit of glue got on the toe. And I think it's trying to take the mirror off. No, there we go. I just had to lick it. There we go. I fixed it. All right, here's our guy and his bat buddy. And he's an undertaker. The other guy was a surgeon. And let me get that over there or to the side so I can fix that in a minute. Okay, our witch. Our witch's kitchen. Oh, that goes with it. Sorry. So what we have here is this is going to be going into a signature. The other side is the stairs that everybody really liked, and the curtained window. And of course, if you haven't seen the stairs, here's how they work. And I'll probably try to link this video, so in case you didn't see it. I still haven't put anything inside of the door, but I will still be thinking about it. I have an idea what I can do in there. So the witch's kitchen. This is the little piece I did for Caroline's Craft Tree. And so it has a similar idea to the last one. It was on a time card. I did a sticky Velcro. I put the bubbles in here. Here's a little skeleton head. Here's the arsenic. Here's her shelf with all her goodies on it. The bats, the chimney, the poison, the strange bug. Now, what I did to the bricks, I worried about the bricks chipping off even more. So what I did is I took clear gesso and I rubbed over top of it with a paintbrush and got it on there really, really good and thick. And I don't think it's going to come off now. Not at all. And then this little piece, the spell book with the candle, I did the back like that. And it goes in right here to the signature. And it's going to be either glued to the other side, and then that part is going to be covered up with something else. This is, I think, was the Mad Scientist lab. I think that's what this was going to be. So anyhow, I thought you'd like to see that and give yourself some ideas. I will be getting on to the next part of my haunted journal here and try to get it caught up. And I need to work on that after I get the cats in because it's turned dark. All right, everybody. I thank all my subscribers and watchers and viewers. I thank you for coming to visit and spend a little time. I hope everybody is doing well and are happy and healthy. And I will see you again sometime. Bye-bye.